let's get into some listeners' emails. Got an email from a brother saying, and I get a lot of emails like this, the same theme. I got an email from a guy in North Carolina. He asked me not to say his name. I'm not going to say his name. But he was saying that he met a young lady. They talk on the phone a lot. She's been wanting to kick it. She's been hinting about going out to kick it. But every time they want to go out, she flakes out on him. Now, let me take a call real quick. Hotline, who's calling?
This is Dave from North Carolina.
What's going on, Dave?
What's up, Tariq?
What's on your mind, player?
I got a question. Like, for example, like, when I had went to the city and I had met this female.
Okay.
She was feeling me. And she was asking me questions about marriage, and she was kind of peeping me and stuff.
Okay.
But when I asked her for her number, she didn't give me her number, but I gave her my number.
Okay.
And then like I saw her like recently, and then when I saw her, she was like happy to see me. Then she gave me her number, but for some reason she still ain't called. But she was giving me the vibe when she saw me this time.
Okay.
She gave me the vibe like she was really feeling me, but she still ain't called.
Now how long has this been since you've seen her?
It's been like probably like 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay, so so she has you gave her your number. She said she was going to call you?
Yeah. Like when I seen her, when she said she lost my number.
Which is bullshit, but go ahead.
Yeah. But that's what I mean, when I saw her, her eyes were poked out. You know, she would give me the vibe like she was really glad to see me. You know what I'm saying?
So you gave her your number twice, and she still hasn't called you?
Yeah, but this time when I saw her again this time, she didn't give me the number when she first met me.
Okay.
But when I saw her again, I mean, she gave me her phone number this time around.
Oh, so she gave you her number?
Yeah.
Did you call her? Did you call her?
I did call her.
But
I mean, she's 18. I'm 22. She's kind of young.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, but then what kind of killed me is that, you know what I'm saying? She kind of gave me the vibe like she was feeling me. I mean, but what happened is her dad was like, if she want to call you, when she raised the call, you said.
Her dad said that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she's young, you know.
She don't even sound 18. That's some shit that happened when you 14, man. She sounds like she's really. Yeah. She sounds like she's about 14 or 15 years old, homie, to be straight up and down.
Yeah. I wasn't sweating it, but you know what I'm saying? It was just the whole bigger deal when I saw how she was, you know what I'm saying? She acting like she happy.
That's the thing, man. This girl ain't no 18, dude. I mean, this girl is like 14 or 15 years old. That's junior high school shit. That's not even high school shit. If, you know, somebody called the house and...
she is 18.
How you know she's 18?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I know she's 18.
Okay. But I promise you, man, that sounds like some high school shit. But, you know, this woman, she's not even old enough to really do things on her own. She's still living under the rule of her parents. Her parents are still making decisions for her. So you can't really expect to have a serious interaction with a broad like this. She's a kid, technically and mentally. You understand this? You're dealing with the person with the mind and the mind state of a 14-year-old. If she's biologically 18, that's one thing, but she has the mentality of like a 14-year-old girl. You understand that? Hold on, this nigga must have hung up. Hello?
Yeah, I had this call. We had got disconnected.
Okay, my bad. I'm gonna be spitting good game and you ain't soaking it in. But yeah, like I said, man, this girl has the mentality of a 14-year-old girl. Even if she's biologically... Yeah, if she's biologically 18, that's whatever, but she sounds like she has the mentality of a very young, underage girl, which you shouldn't be fucking with anyway. If she was if she was a mature 18-year-old, I can understand that. That's something to fuck with, but she's not, you know.
Another question. What's the deal when you give a female your number and she claim when you claim she lost it?
That's usually a bullshit ass excuse, man. When you give a girl your number, what you should do, man, you got to be bold and you got to tell her when to call you. You got to give her instructions. Just don't give her your number and just be all willy-nilly about it. You be like, look, here's my number. I want you to call me tonight at 9 o'clock on the fucking dot. You understand that? You'll be surprised how many women will do it, man. You just got to really give her direction. Don't let her do it. Women are flaky. You know what I'm saying? They'll do it whenever. You tell her when to call you. And that's a good sign of a woman who can take direction, because that's what you're going to do, man. When you get with her, man, you're supposed to be giving her direction. You're not supposed to be following her lead. You'll be going in circles following the woman's lead. You understand that?
Yeah, I feel you on that.
All right, player. Thanks for the call, my nigga. And that goes into the theme of today's show. Flaky-ass women. Now, earlier I was reading an email from one of the listeners, and the email kind of went on the same vein as the call we just had. The email was saying that he met a young lady. They've been talking about kicking it, but every time they want to set up a time to kick it and they make an actual date, the woman would call up with an excuse to flake out. He wanted to hook up and do a lunch date last week with the woman, and they set up a time. They were going to hook up at noon. But the woman ended up calling him at like 11 o'clock, 11:30 with some excuse talking about she went to bed late, blah, 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 blah. I get a lot of emails from guys saying that they meet women and the women seem interested, and every time they want to set up a date or set up a time to kick it, at the last minute, the women flake out. Has that happened to you guys? The vibe is cool, and every time you hook up with a woman or want to hook up, she comes up with some far-fetched ass excuse. She lost your number. She got to pick her homegirl up at the airport. Her mama's sick. Just some dumb shit. Well, when females make up excuses like that or flake out all the time, especially at the last minute, that means one thing and one thing only. When a woman flakes out, that means she's with the next nigga. You can try to get all analytical about it. You can try to read more into it. You can try to make up excuses for the woman. But no matter how analytical you get about it, the bottom line is that bitch is kicking it with the next nigga. That's why they flake out. They made plans with the next nigga. You dig? And when females do it over and over again, they're playing a little psychological mind game with you. They're kicking it with the nigga they really want to kick it with, but they get an ego boost by playing with you, knowing that they can have you coming back for more. They know they got you on a string. They know they got you as backup. When women flake on you over and over again, you're the backup nigga. They make dates with you just in case the nigga they're fucking with flakes out on them. And if he doesn't flake out on them, they're going to flake out on you. If her main nigga don't come through, that's when she'll hook up with you. So when females flake on you, that means you're second fiddle with her. You're the runner-up to the next nigga. And that has nothing to do with your character or personality. That has nothing to do with that. Hotline.
Hey, what's up, Derek?
What's going on, player? Who's calling?
This is, Jimmy.
What's up, Jimmy? Where you calling from, Jimmy?
Ohio.
All right, what's on your mind, Jimmy?
Well, first I want to say that I really enjoy the podcast.
Thank you, sir.
But I have a coworker who's really difficult, and I don't know how to handle her.
Are you trying to get with her?
No, she's really fat.
She's really what?
She's really fat.
Oh, she's fat?
Yes, but she acts like a bitch. You don't know how to, put her in check because, she's a white girl or whatever and don't want to get in trouble.
So you got a fat white girl who acts like a bitch at your job.
Uh-huh.
And why is she acting like a bitch towards you?
She acts like a bitch towards everybody.
Okay, where you work at? What do you do?
I work at a what should I say? I work in business.
Okay, I know you don't want to name the specific business. I know you don't want to say, Burger King. Everything is a business. What kind of generic ass answer is that? Of course you work in a business, nigga. You don't work on a farm, do you? Of course it's of course you work at a business. Nigga said a business. What do you do? I mean, is it an office? Is it?
Yeah.
Is you working you work behind a desk? Is there a lot of people?
Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah, like data entry and stuff.
Now, is this chick a supervisor or just another coworker?
Another coworker.
Okay, so hey, how is this a problem for you?
Because I have to work right there with them.
I mean, she's
like, huh?
Is she sitting right next to you, or what's the deal?
Yeah. For like 36 hours between the 3-day period.
Okay, and what did she say to you?
She's like, she takes my paper and stuff when I'm reading it before I read it, and I always take it back from her because I don't like people to read my paper before I read it.
Okay.
And she's tried to grab food off my plate, and I don't play that shit.
Right.
You know.
So does she do this in a joking way or what? That sounds like she's kind of playing around.
Yeah, it's kind of a joking way, but I see it as disrespectful.
Now, basically, she sounds like a fat attention whore, basically. So she's not really a threat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you should just charge that to the game and just do your job. Just kind of ignore her. You know what I'm saying? And you don't think she's trying to get at you, do you?
Mm-mm. No, I don't think that.
Yeah, just do your job. How long you been working there?
5 months.
Oh, okay. Well, shit. You ain't put that much equity into the job, but just ignore her, man. If it gets too much of a problem, go down to human resources and let them know you got this fat bitch fucking with you and you trying to concentrate on the workload. You know what I'm saying?
She's done some pretty vile and nasty things, but I don't want to talk about that on the air because I don't know. She might listen and download it.
Well,
shit, let me get off the air for
yeah,
but this on her iPod next week.
Yeah, but don't let her get you shook, though. You know what I'm saying? If it's an uncomfortable work environment, man, you check them. Because if you were doing some out-of-pocket shit, she'll be right down there to human resources on your ass. You understand that?
All right, I'll let you go.
All right, man. This nigga put my music back on with these crazy-ass calls. This nigga said the female's at his job being a bitch, eating off his plate and all this shit. What does that sound like? Sound like she might like this nigga. I don't know about Jimmy. I don't know about you, Jimmy. Anyway, Jimmy made me digress, but let's get back to the topic. We're talking about flaky ass women and how to deal with flaky ass women. Now, like I said, when women flake out on you, fellas, that means she is fucking with the next dude. That means there's another dude. That means you are second fiddle. So you do not allow yourself to be second fiddle. You don't allow anybody to treat you as second fiddle. You don't allow somebody to flake out on you over and over and over again. Now, if a person flakes out on you once, there has to be some kind of reprimand for that. You just can't let it slide. You understand that? And this is very important, fellas. I want y'all to listen to this. Now, if you meet a woman and y'all set up a time to hook up and she flakes out at the last minute, that's almost a sign of disrespect. Especially if it's like the day of, right before you're supposed to hook up and they flake out with some old bullshit-ass excuse. If she flakes out on you once and wants to hook up again, there has to be some kind of reprimand. You make sure that she pays for the date. You let her know, like, hey, you flaked out on me last time, so you owe me dinner. You flaked out on me last time, so you owe me a movie. You do not let that slide. If you let it slide once, that's going to set the tone on how she's going to treat you from that point on. She's going to think that it's cool to flake out on you. She's going to think that you're the kind of nigga that will let women walk all over him without any kind of repercussion. There is repercussion. You make her do something. You're like, hey, you're going to have to come over to the crib and cook. You're going to have to do something. You owe me. And if she doesn't want to reciprocate, or she doesn't want to bring something to the table, if she doesn't want to rectify her flakiness, that's not the kind of female you want to fuck with anyway. That means she doesn't respect the game enough to bring something to the table, to right her own wrongs. That means she think it's cool to disrespect you somewhat. You understand that, fellas? You do not take any form of disrespect. Flakiness, especially flakiness on a consecutive basis, is a form of disrespect. You do not allow that. Don't let that shit slide, fellas. And all these bullshit excuses, especially the telephone excuses. Oh, I lost your number. Oh, I dropped my phone. Oh, I didn't get your voicemail. Let me tell you something, fellas. All those telephone excuses are full of shit. This is 2007. If somebody gets a phone call, if you call somebody, they know you called them. Whenever a woman doesn't answer her phone, that means she's with the next nigga right then and there. That's why women don't answer their phone. You ever call a woman, the shit be going straight to her voicemail? She know you calling. Every cell phone on earth has caller ID. They know you're calling. Her cell phone ain't broke. She didn't drop it. All cell phones have the same function, to take incoming calls and to send out incoming calls and to take voicemails. This motherfucker know you called. This motherfucker got your voicemail. Any excuse she says is bullshit. So stop accepting that. When females really want to get down with you, they make it a point to get at you. When females really want to kick it with you, they go out of their way. They call you all day. Hey, what's going on? What you gonna wear tonight? I want to see what you're gonna wear so I can kind of coordinate what I want to wear with it. Women do shit like that. Like if I'm about to go out with a young lady, they want to call up and get the clothes coordinated. Hey, where we gonna go? I want to know what to wear. Should I wear tennis shoes? Should I wear flats? Like, bitch, you better wear some hoe heels because we might go get some money. But women do that. When women want to get with you, man, they go out of their way to call you, to check up on you. They call you. You dig? Fellas, these women are not doing you a favor by kicking it with you. Don't act like they are. When you act like they're doing you a favor, that's when the disrespect starts. You're doing them a favor by kicking it with them. You understand that? That's the mentality that you have to have. You are doing them a favor, not the other way around. Once you get that into your mind state, that will alleviate some of the flakiness. You got to let these women know that you are not the dude to be flaked on. Bottom line. You got to reprimand them. There's going to be repercussions for flaking on you once. If they're doing it over and over again, that's your fault because you're allowing that shit. Women will do things that you will allow. And if they're flaking out on you over and over again, you don't take her seriously. You holler at her whenever. You do not take them seriously when they do that. You got it?